This is what it happens. So once again, with the introduction of the topic today is measuring organizational culture, keeping psychological safety in check. So long back, I'll tell you why we are here today. There was once in 1950 a person by name Carl Roger. 1950, a person by name Carl Roger, this man coined the term psychological safety, not realizing that this is going to be one of the most important topics of the life of HRs. And if you see today, this happens to be one of the topics of almost every panel discussions that happen. And every time such panel discussion happens, something new comes out of it. So in this panel discussion today, with such great panelists, we look at what's the best that is in store. Before I move ahead, let me tell you why is this topic important. There was a project by Google, and this project was Google Project Aristotle. What they did was, they did a complete survey of all its manpower, and finally the outcome of this survey was, the employees that felt safe performed better. Similarly, Deloitte did a similar survey recently to only find out that employees who stayed longer with the organizations are the employees that innovated. And these employees that innovated are the employees that opened up. And the employees that opened up were the employees who felt safe. Moving forward, I would like to add, Jacob Morgan in 2017 wrote a book, and this book was on employee experience. And he said that it's the organization culture, physical environment, the psychological safety being the most important concern for any HR in an organization. So with this, I just move forward. I am Dr. Manish Kothari. I am the founder of ISBR Business School. Just to tell you, few days ago, the admission head of this institution comes and talks to me and says that one of the points of the placement policies needs to change. And I asked her, what is it? This lady said that once a student gets an offer, you have moved him out of the placements list. Don't you think he needs to get another offer which can be his dream offer? The placement team then met the admission team, and then they made the necessary change in the policy. I mean, when I went back home late night, when I thought about this process, I was very happy that the employee could open up, talk about a policy which needed a change, which did not hit his or her own policy. But finally, if you look at it, it made an impact, a positive impact to the organization. Now that's what we are going to talk about. My first question is to my first panelist, Mr. George. George day and night talks about psychological safety and is in direct business, communicating with his clients. George, we are talking about organization culture and we are talking about the psychological safety. Can you tell us more on exactly what are the things that coin this psychological safety? What are the parameters that makes this term? And how is this very important? Over to you, George.
Thank you, Manish. Good evening, everyone. So, when we talk about culture, we don't necessarily look at psychological safety in one bucket, right? So, it's a complex web of many areas which add together the way we behave. Right? Am I audible? Yeah. Okay. So, I just want to put a perspective before we delve into this topic. If you look at our country today, specifically, in our geography that we are talking about, only 20% of business or industries are really organized, right? Majority share of our industries or the GDP which comes from the industries part is still with SMEs and MSMEs, right? And I want all of you to keep that in mind while we are discussing this topic, right? Even if we look at the fabric of our organizations, a very minuscule part of organized industry is also, you can say, run akin to a promoter or a founder or one owner, right? So, like the ITCs of the world are very limited. Majority of the organizations are still run by owners or founders or promoters. Keeping that in mind, and with my 22 years of being in HR, having worked with so many companies in different industries, what I really believe is that organizations first need to have a proper defined vision, mission, values. You know, which kind of provides a guiding compass for the culture to evolve, right? Still, there are many large organizations who don't have a really defined vision, mission, and values. You know, even if vision and mission is loosely talked in terms of revenues and other financial parameters amongst the leadership team members, but values, you know, because that is where from where the culture emanates. And pretty large organizations are very open in saying that ये सब तो कहने की बात है. Let's first perform. Let's get the numbers, right? So I think that whole appreciation in the leadership, in the owner community, in the promoter community is very important of how this can be a competitive advantage for any organization, right? Because in the session before, it was being said that all other resources are achievable easily with the help of money, but it is only the people which is the differentiator. And if that is so, why wouldn't you want to have the right framework or the right fabric for people to collaborate, to come together to make that difference? With that as a background, I would say that first, yes, it's important to articulate, brainstorm, come together, think, and have a proper defined value system in an organization. From where the culture will emanate. Now, what are those key elements which I thought, based on my exposure and my experience of working with different kinds of organizations, a very highly, values-led organization like Tata's, or probably, not so focused around this topic organization as well. I feel some of the tenets, I would say, which help employees to have that psychological safety is, I'll just give some themes, and obviously, I would request the audience also to add, because you're all from HR. One is openness, right? Transparency, collaboration, meritocracy, innovation. Innovation in itself can be in a value statement, but if it is not backed by courage, then will innovation survive, right? Reverse mentoring. Now that is coming very much in the new age industries. And obviously all this has to be backed up by a proper policy framework for this to bloom and survive. Thank you.
Wow, I think